Melatonin is the best anti-aging there is. It is a better antioxidant than your master antioxidant glutathione. It sits right next to the mitochondria in each cell of your body. It protects your mitochondria, and it is even able to build new mitochondria and repair DNA. Only melatonin is able to do that. It arranges the synchronization of every hormone in each gland in your body. It discharges millions of old cells each minute, so that they can be replaced by new cells. Melatonin is the protector of each cell in your body, and it is being produced by each cell. Your cells produce 400 to 4,000 times more melatonin, as the pineal gland does, and many experts in the field agree that melatonin is not really a hormone. You better can compare it with vitamin D. Once you run low on it, you are getting yourself into trouble. But all this is done with high dosages of melatonin, not the small 3 or 5 milligrams you use for sleeping. And it must be taken transdermally or as a suppository, because according to Dr. Edinger and Dr. Klinghardt, 100 milligrams of melatonin will be metabolized by your liver within 1 hour. All you would get is a small spike in melatonin levels and then again nothing. What is necessary is the raise of high dosages of melatonin over 6 or 7 hours, while you sleep. In this video, we will show you how the longest in space staying astronaut could manage to stay there for 437 days and holding the world record until this day. He was on 300 milligrams melatonin daily, given non-orally. Let's dive right into it. This is the story of Valery Polyakov, who holds the incredible world record of staying 437 days in space. Dr. Edinger, who was in Russia and who holds a degree called Nauk from Russia, reports about this incredible achievements. He was working alongside Russian space scientists and has reported these details. According to him, they have experimented for a long time. What could be the ideal dosage for Polyakov to take? It turned out that 300 milligrams was the ideal dosage. As reported by Dr. Edinger on plenty talk shows, this achievement is proof until to this very day, what 300 milligrams of melatonin can do for us. We have translated this into English language. Have a listen.
437 days in space, back on Earth, a Russian astronaut leaves the spaceship standing on his hands. Thanks to an advanced space medication, he was able to turn back his biological age by 23.2%. What has been in the past only the risks for astronauts, like a high radiation environment, immunology problems, burnout, and the demineralization of bones. All this has become our own daily nightmare. What can we do? Can we stop the aging process? We are looking for answers, but we do so with a very different approach on our mind.
Let's talk about what happened to Polyakov. Polyakov came out of his spaceship, standing on his hands, after 437 days of space travel. Others have to get carried out of their spaceship after only 10 days. The question arises, what has been done differently with Polyakov? It was all about energetics. You mean to say, he was in space for 14 months, over a year? In this time he should have had a huge muscle loss. He should have been dead actually. A one-handed handstand, what do you mean? No, I mean just a simple handstand. They have taken saliva from his mouth and taken a DNA test which revealed his biological age had even decreased, a thing that is almost impossible.
Dr. Edinger says, there is nothing 300 milligrams melatonin cannot do for you. Dr. Klinghardt says, that is the best anti-aging there is, but it cannot be taken orally. Dr. Hartner says that he has had very good success with treating HIV/AIDS patients with 200 milligrams melatonin suppositories. Dr. Berg said, melatonin is the far better antioxidant than the master antioxidant glutathione.
In the following we will show you some PubMed research papers, which demonstrate what influence low melatonin level have on the respective illness. Alzheimer's disease. There seems to be a clear correlation between Alzheimer's disease and a low level of melatonin. There are 694 research papers on that topic alone. Melatonin and cancer. There are many published studies on that. We get 3,190 results, and even the NIH confirms that melatonin is a very promising molecule for various kinds of cancer when it comes to treatment as well as for protection. Melatonin and depression. When it comes to depression, we get 1,928 results, and they confirm that most people with depression have also low melatonin levels. Melatonin and the heart. People who get a heart attack have low melatonin levels. We can study this over and over again. There are 1078 published papers on that. Melatonin and virus infections. There are 205 scientific papers published on the C virus and melatonin. In fact, it is old news that many hospitals around the world use higher dosages of melatonin to safeguard their nurses and doctors. In this paper of PubMed it says that serum levels of melatonin are significantly lower in HIV-infected individuals. Melatonin and HIV, AIDS. This one is very interesting, because Dr. Hartner says here that he has treated HIV patients in his clinic with big success using 200 mg melatonin as a suppository.
Melatonin in high dosages given not orally is the best anti-aging there is. Or do you know of any other substance on Earth, including NMN, that can do what melatonin does? Personally, if there is only one molecule I would take for the rest of my life, it would be melatonin in high dosages, either as suppository or as transdermal patch. Thanks for watching.